You know, Carmela, there's a region in France that's kind of become the it region.
Isn't there a lot of it regions in France?
There are, but this is like the it. It's called Jura. And the wine we're trying today is from there.
Nice.
It's called Trousseau. And we are going to tell you if it is a wine that you should be on the lookout for.
Okay.
Hello, fellow vino virtuosos, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hi there.
And we are the Wine Pair.
Yippee.
If you're new to our podcast, here's what you can expect. If you love wine and you want to find great wines at affordable prices and you want to expand your wine horizons and you want to have some laughs and fun while doing it, well then, you're in the right place.
Wow.
Each week we explore a different wine varietal, style, brand, or region of the winemaking world, and we learn about what makes them worth knowing about. And then we taste 2 to 3 of those wines that are reasonably priced to let you know if they're worth your hard-earned money. So if that feels like your vibe, then we are your tribe.
Wow, so convincing.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm in. I'm all in.
You're all in. And
Yep.
we're proud to say that Decanter Magazine calls us fun, irreverent,
Chatty.
and entertaining. Well, Carmela, in this episode, we're going to learn about and taste and review the cult wine called Trousseau, as I mentioned in the intro, from the very trendy wine region in France called Jura.
Does it have anything to do with Madame Trousseau?
No, I don't even know who that is.
Isn't that like the wax museums?
Oh, yeah. Is it Trousseau? I don't know.
Is it Madame? I don't know.
I don't know.
I know. I'm just throwing that in there.
I think that might be. Look it up. I don't know. But before we do that, let's check in with listener Christine R., also known as Tips to Live By on the socials. And so that's 2 Christines in a row giving us tribe names and joining us on the podcast. And so let's learn a little bit more about the name of the tribe that she gave us this week.
I love it.
Hi, Christine, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast.
Hi, Joe. Nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you after all this time. You're such an awesome friend to the show. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Well, I really enjoyed the show. I'm glad I discovered you guys. So excited to talk today.
Yeah, we're excited you discovered us too. Now, you have a really interesting tribe name for us, but before we get to that, I do have a couple of questions for you. So the first question is, what is your favorite wine?
Oh, it's such a hard question. So if I had to pick one wine that was like my go-to wine, I would say it's Sauvignon Blanc, because I know I'm pretty much always going to like it. But I really like to explore different kinds of wine. So I'd pick Sauvignon Blanc as my top pick, but pretty much anything that's a dry wine I'll go with all the time.
Well, perfect. I think that Carmela would very much approve of the Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, next question is, when did you start listening to us and how did you find us?
So I found you on Blue Sky, probably beginning of the year, like January timeframe. When I got on Blue Sky, I was really looking for accounts to follow that had a lot of the same interests that I did. Things about wine and books and travel and music and things that I love. So I discovered your Blue Sky account and saw you post a podcast. So I decided to give it a listen and I really loved it from the first time. I feel like you guys are a wine podcast for everyday wine drinkers. You don't make people feel like they have to be a sommelier or they have to have this huge wine cellar. It's a lot of good information and a lot of different types of wine. And so I really enjoyed it. And I think you and Carmela are lots of fun. And I think you probably have a similar taste that I do in wine. So I pretty much trust anything that you're going to recommend, which is also great.
Well, that's perfect. We love it. And I'm so glad that you found us.
Absolutely.
Okay, last question is, tell us the name that you suggested and if there's a story behind it.
Sure. So the name I suggested was Vino Virtuosos. I was trying to come up with something catchy. So I thought the 2 V's together were catchy. And when I think of the word virtuoso, it just makes me think of music. And music is one of my other passions besides wine. And I just think there are a lot of similarities between wine and music. It's very layered. It's got a lot of nuances to it. Sometimes you have to listen to a song or a piece of music multiple times before you really get it. And I feel that wine is the same way. And I also like that it's subjective, both wine and music, and that there's something out there for everyone. So I just think there's a lot of parallels parallels between the two. So that's why that virtuoso term popped in my head. So I thought it went well together.
I love it. I love it. I love the alliteration, the vino virtuoso. I love the music connection as a former or recovering musician myself. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you have a presence on Blue Sky, but also Instagram if people want to know. And you do. You post all sorts of stuff. Tell the listeners what your handle is and where they can find you.
Sure. So my handle is Tips to Live By, and it's tips, the number 2, live by, because that's my ode to Prince. Again, music.
Love it.
So I am on Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook. I also have a blog. And I think similar to you guys, wanting to just share information that was more for everyday people. And here's the places I've been. Here's the wine I like. Here's the books I like.
Love it. Love it. Well, Christine, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you. It's been an awesome time. So much fun. And I love you guys. So keep up the good work.
Thanks. Right back at you. Okay, so I keep saying this, Carmela, but I am loving getting the chance to talk to our listeners.
I know. That's so cool.
I know. It's so fun to get to know them and give them a chance to not only name the tribe, but also get on the pod. And Christine also wanted to make sure that you know that she called out Sauvignon Blanc and fish tacos.
Oh my. Okay. Is she a fan?
She's a fan of both and of you, actually.
It.
So there you go.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. So just remember, send us an idea you have for a name for a wine pair podcast tribe, and we'll see if you want to be a guest on the show. Don't worry if you don't want to do it, but we still want you to send us a name. And if you've already sent us a name, don't worry also, because we will get to you. We just, we've got so many names.
That's
so many people.
Cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
People are just great. To take the time. I love that.
It's kind of amazing. I mean, it's really
cool.
They take a half an hour out of their day just to talk to us. And
my God.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's flattering.
It's
very flattering.
Super, super flattering.
Thank you. Thank you out there.
And then it's not Madame Trousseau.
Oh my gosh. Where did I get that?
Well, because it sounds similar. What is it?
I don't even know. Madame Trousseau.
It's close enough. You know what?
I didn't even but it's not Trousseau.
No. It's like sherbet.
I'm really sorry, guys.
No.
Again, unscripted. This is what you get.
This is what happens.
Joe looked at me, though, and was like, where are you going with this?
I
And then you know what he did? He muted us. And he was like, okay, then you better look it up. I mean, the truth comes out, guys. Okay, wait, is that true? And I'm like, I don't know. It just came out.
So good.
Oof,
I love it so much.
Sorry.
Okay, Carmela, back to wine and on to our special segment before we get to learning about...
Wait, you don't want to talk about wax museums?
No, we're not going to talk about wax museums.
Okay.
But before we get to the wine Trousseau, not Madame Tussaud, and the wine region Jura, Carmela, it's time for... Wine in the news this week. So this one feels like one of those Netflix documentaries that we really like, Carmela. Mm-hmm. The article is called UK Fraudster Pleads Guilty in New York Court for Massive Fine Wine Scam.
Oh my God. I would totally watch that.
I know, wouldn't you?
I would.
I hope it gets on Netflix. So, according to Yahoo News and other outlets, a British businessman named James Wesley, he's pleaded guilty in New York to over a nearly $100 million wine fraud scheme.
Goodness.
I know. So here's the story. You ready?
Yes.
He and his partner, Stephen Burton.
So he had an accomplice.
He had an accomplice, just like you are my accomplice. Mm-hmm. They ran something called Bordeaux Cellars, which pitched itself as a fine wine investment house. So basically, investors were told that their money was backed by rare and collectible bottles of Bordeaux and other expensive wine. But it turns out it was just a Ponzi scheme, and they would just get new money to pay old investors, and the bottles weren't nearly what they promised.
Oh, no.
Yep. So these two guys were basically taking advantage of the fact that wine is often a bit mysterious. It's a little bit opaque, and it's kind of an insider market where people rely on experts. They forged documents to make it look legit. And so investors really believed that these guys had rare bottles of wine to back their money.
Guys, you just can't trust anymore.
No, you can't.
It's on you. I almost feel like it's on you.
I mean,
that's really mean. I feel like, but Wow. People, don't
Like,
you ever get that thing where it's like, it's not real? Like, don't click on it. Don't. So I feel like same thing. You tell me all the time, don't click on it.
Don't click on it. Like maybe you should go and look at the seller at least, see if they've got it. Now, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, the fraud ran internationally with victims in the U.S., U.K., and Asia. And Burton was arrested in Thailand back in 2022 and extradited, while Wesley has been fighting charges, but now has flipped to a guilty plea. And the plea means he's facing significant prison time, potentially as much as 20 years.
Wow. And no wine there.
No wine, unless you're the French wine where they're doing the making the fine wine packages. Remember in the French wine prison?
That was another.
Maybe he can go there.
Wine in the news.
Yes, so maybe he can go there.
Oh my! Send him off. Just send him off.
Send him off. Now, the investors may get at least a little bit of restitution back, but the bigger story is, how does this keep happening? It reminds me a little bit of that Rudy guy.
Oh my!
Remember Rudy?
And they made a documentary off of that.
They did.
Right?
It's a great documentary.
So, stay tuned, people.
Yeah, but it's the same playbook. Promise wealth, sprinkle in exclusivity, run off with the money, cheat people out, right? Take advantage of their trust, their gullibility, whatever.
Well, and if they've been drinking a little, then you could actually be caught even sooner.
And
it could be a problem.
It could. A couple of questions for you, Carmela. If you were an investor, would you put your money into a wine hedge fund?
Heck no.
Okay.
No, thank you.
And heck is very strong.
Would you?
No, I just wouldn't do it. And here's another one, Carmela.
What?
If we were going to run our own wine scam, this is purely hypothetical.
Oh my gosh.
What angle do you think we would take?
Look, I'm just so honest. I just can't. I don't know. That would be up to you. Again, that would be your wheelhouse.
I don't think I could do it either. We're like too honest. We'd be like, sorry guys, we're just lying.
I'd be like,
lying. We took your money. Here, it's back. Here you go.
Here, and I don't feel bad. I go, here, you want a little more?
Yeah.
I mean, here's
do you
a
want a
bottle
cake?
of wine.
Do you want a baby cake?
Yeah. I don't know.
Cake and wine. We do them both.
Oh, see?
Yeah. I don't think we could do it.
I don't think
we got life for
do you
crime.
have an angle for it?
I hadn't really. I've asked you the question and I hadn't even thought about it.
But you are much quicker on your feet when it comes to that kind of thing.
I know. To cheating? To like crime? Okay, yeah, I guess so. I guess
Guys,
you're right.
There's a little inside scoop on Joe.
Yeah,
No idea.
I don't know. I'm going to think about it and maybe come back to it. But Carmela, we're not here to talk about Ponzi schemes or British scam artists.
Right.
No.
We got to get back to France.
Yeah, we're here to talk. You're right. We're here to talk about the French wine from the hip and cool wine region called Jura, which means we'll probably never visit because we're not very.
And the wine's called Trousseau.
Trousseau, not Trousseau.
No,
or Trousseau.
I won't ever forget that.
No,
I will not forget that.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
And we're going to taste this cult wine called Trousseau. And we have 2 Trousseau wines that we're going to learn about.
So true, King.
So Trousseau King. And taste and review to see if either are worth your hard-earned money. But first,
you got to do our shameless plug.
that's right. And this week, I'm going to change up the shameless plug just a little bit. Just keep things interesting. So first, we really want to thank you for listening to the podcast and for helping to make our podcast one of the top food podcasts in the United States. Not just wine podcasts, but food podcasts.
Insane.
I know, it's crazy. And we want you to know our podcast is a labor of love that we do for you. We do all the work on the podcast ourselves.
I'm working really hard on
Yeah, jeez. Trousseau, wax museums, all that kind of stuff. We spend time choosing and buying the wines, writing and recording and editing the episodes and distributing the podcast and updating the website and creating the newsletter and updating our social media and all sorts of other stuff.
Oh, you're making me feel really guilty now.
Because she doesn't do very much of that. We don't pay anyone to do that for us. And we do it really because we love making this podcast. And we really do love and appreciate you all for taking the time to be with us each week.
Yes.
And so we always feel a little sheepish in asking, but all we really ask from you is that you keep coming back each week, that you follow and subscribe to the podcast, that you tell your family and friends about us, and that you give us a positive 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast, because all of these things help us to grow our listeners and let us know that you appreciate what we do. That's it. That's all.
Nice. You did change it up.
I did change it up.
Nice. I like it.
And we really are grateful for all of you. We really do mean
Absolutely.
it. You have a lot of choices, and we're happy that you choose us. I mean, I chose you, Carmela.
You did.
Wow.
Or did I choose you?
I
don't know.
I don't know. I think
It's a loaded question.
Yeah, I think my mom might have paid you. I have this suspicion. Yeah.
No,
to
I
marry
actually
me.
was trying to get in with your mom
I
because
see.
I love her so much.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I did.
And then we want to make content that you care about and you like. So send us a note or slip into our DMs and give us some, that sounds dirty, and give us some feedback or let us know if there's wines you want us to try or winemaking areas of the world you're curious about, and we'll take care of it. And we always respond and we love hearing from you. You can reach out at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com, and you can visit our website, thewinepairpodcast.com, and you can find links there to purchase wines, rebate as buys, and get on our newsletter mailing list. And a few shout outs this week. A shout out to Bud via email, who's been trying to get us to do an episode on Virginia wines, and he was really happy that we're starting to release some episodes on Virginia winemakers.
Yes, nice.
And then I don't know the person's name. They left a comment on Spotify, LD4K4. It sounds like maybe a Star Wars robot. I'm not sure.
Right.
But he corrected us on the number of Grand Cru and Premier Cru appellations in Chablis. And you know what? We don't mind being corrected.
Of course not.
We are okay with
We are
that.
lifelong learners here.
We are not always right. We are not.
No,
we're
not perfect.
We're not
We're not
Chat GPT. Okay.
No.
Sometimes we get stuff wrong.
I think sometimes you wish you might be, or like you kind of pose like Chat GPT.
Wow.
I don't know what
does
that
pose
means.
look like?
But,
I don't know.
But no, we're not perfect.
We're not. And shout outs to our friends on the socials who comment and send us DMs, like Ryan F. and Andrew H. and the Washington Wine Girl and JDM, who sent us maybe one of the greatest things I've ever heard. He said he was listening to the podcast last week and was almost like wanted to reach through the podcast machine to stop us from drinking the Trader Joe's. I know.
I wish.
That pumpkin spice Chardonnay is like the worst piece of I've ever had in my life.
But that's touching. He wanted to really help us out.
We
He wanted to stop us.
We so appreciate
Save
you.
us, truly.
Save us from ourselves. Somebody's got to. Anyway, we're not going to do it.
No.
And as we do every week, we tell you someone we think you should recommend the Wine Pair podcast to, because again, that's the best way for us to grow listeners. And this week, we want you to recommend us to anyone who is curious about the Jura wine region or is interested in learning about a wine that seems like only the cool kids know about.
Oh, okay. I'm just like wondering how you're gonna know that they're interested in.
I don't know. Don't you have friends that are kind of like hipsters? They always want to be in the know. They always want the latest
True.
stuff. You know?
Show them up a little bit.
Yeah. So this is like, oh my God, you've never heard of Trousseau?
Like, where have you been under a rock?
Yeah, you've never heard of Madame Tussauds Wax Museum? Where have you been? Where have you been? You've never heard of Jura?
You can really confuse them. They'll be like,
At the
"Lady,
museum?"
you don't know what you're talking about."
Well, Carmela, it is time for us to find out just what the Trousseau wine is.
Okay.
All right, so as we mentioned, Trousseau is a bit of a cult wine from the very trendy wine region of France called Jura, and it has a really interesting history that we're going to talk about. But before that, we have to talk about maybe the greatest thing about it. Trousseau is known by several names, including things like Trousseau Noir, but the best alternative name for the wine is what they call it in Portugal, which is Bastardo.
Bastardo.
Bastardo. It's an awesome name. You don't seem that impressed by it, so.
I don't know.
Okay, we're going to keep moving.
Okay.
DNA testing of Trousseau has shown that it is a sibling to Chenin Blanc and Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
And Trousseau and its siblings are the offspring of the grape Sauvignon, also known as Traminer, of which Gewürztraminer is an aromatic mutation.
It's kind of fun to watch you struggle with pronunciation because you're usually so good.
Yeah, but you just gave it away because I'm going to edit all that stuff out so nobody will know. So there's a lot of family relationships there with the grapes, like one of those DNA home testing kits, which, by the way, back to the life of crime. If you want a life of crime, don't do one of the DNA kits. Don't let your family do it.
Oh, right.
Because you will never get away with anything in your life.
We're in big trouble.
Yeah, we are.
Because of all of that.
Oh, my brother's done it.
We're not
Our
in big
son
trouble.
did
We've
it.
been caught.
They're going to catch us.
For what? I don't know, but yeah.
Our wine scam that we have yet to run.
Mm-hmm.
But it is interesting that this is a red wine, but basically all of its siblings and family members and parents and stuff are white wine grapes. So that's kind of interesting. Now, Jura, again, where the wine is from, is one of the tiniest and quirkiest little wine regions in the world. It's tucked in between Burgundy and Switzerland. And if you look on a map, it's like the eastern part of France, about the middle of the country. And if you haven't heard about Jura before, what you should know is that Jura has gone from being a sleepy, obscure, and basically ignored kind of backwater to one of the hottest regions in wine. And so, again, if you want to be seen as hip or trendy or cool or whatever among the wine nerds, then just start talking about Jura.
Okay.
Now, Trousseau is said to be an ancient grape with roots in Jurassic soil. And for a really cool fun fact that you can put in your brain box, the Jurassic period, like Jurassic Park of Earth's history, is named after the Jura Mountains, which is in the Jura region, Jura Jurassic. Isn't that cool?
A great way to remember it, too.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like going to Jurassic Park.
Amazing. That's a long time ago. What's so funny?
I don't know. That just struck me as really funny. You're right.
Jurassic.
You're right. It was a long time ago.
Feels like a long time ago.
So long. I mean, that's longer even than we've been married.
Right. I don't remember it very well. I'm kind of trying to remember what that time was like. Was it the good old days?
Is it older than Madame Tussauds? That's all I want to know.
I don't know. Is it made of wax? Okay, move on.
All right, back to the wine. Alongside the grape Poulsard, Trousseau is one of the 2 indigenous red grapes of the Jura region. However, Trousseau is not a widely grown grape even in Jura, and it actually makes up less than 8% of the total Jura vineyard area. So that may be a reason why you haven't really heard about it, because they don't make a lot of it.
That's right.
Now, the information I got on the interwebs that you can find links to in our show notes. Did you know we have show notes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They say that Trousseau is a grape that has been grown in many different places and with many different names over the years. So again, as we mentioned, Trousseau found a real home in Portugal where it's called Bastardo, which you didn't find funny, but that's fine.
Well, no. You could try it again. I don't know.
Bastardo.
No,
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know why that's supposed to be funny.
Because bastard, I don't know. It's a funny word. I don't know. And it's been considered...
Just called it out.
Well, that's what I don't know.
Okay.
I guess you got to kind of read it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
It's been considered an important blending grape in Port and Madeira wines. And in Spain, the grape is known as Merenzao, Verdejo Negro, and Maturana Tinta. So it's got a bunch of different names, and it's been made as both a single varietal and part of blends in places like Galicia and Rioja in Spain. Now, today, there are several areas in the U.S. that are starting to grow and make wine from Trousseau, including the North Coast in California, the Willamette Valley in Oregon, just south of us here in the good old city of Seattle. And it's also being made in Argentina, Australia, Tasmania, and Ukraine.
Wow.
Kind of crazy. Trousseau is a grape, Carmela, that can fool you if you don't know much about it. Because in the glass, it tends to look really light and delicate, kind of like a Pinot Noir or Beaujolais, and the grapes are said to resemble a rustic Pinot Noir. But this is not a light or wimpy wine, Carmela. It's not wimpy.
Okay.
It's generally considered bright and zippy with sour, crunchy red fruits and some earthiness and mushroominess. I made up that word, mushroominess.
I like it.
I have tried some Jura wine. I bought some a few months ago and it was a blend of Trousseau and Pinot Noir and Poulsard. I found it on Garagiste, and I found it actually really funky.
I was going to say, where was I?
I didn't even serve it to you because I was like, this is funky. It was super mushroomy.
Okay.
Which is, I think that's a real word, mushroomy. And I didn't really like it.
Okay.
I don't know. So we're going to see what we think of just pure Trousseau.
Right.
Now, some say it's even a little bit like Nebbiolo, which feels like a stretch to me because it looks pale but actually has some power behind it, so we'll judge that. And now about the whole cult wine thing. The reason Trousseau is so culty, some say, it's because it showed up just when people were getting tired of big, heavy reds. And California winemakers have jumped on this trend too. They're making lighter style wines that stand out from the typical what we say punch you in the face wines that often come from California. So Trousseau kind of came onto the scene at the right time in terms of younger people looking for like brighter, well, not just younger people, but just people looking for brighter and lighter red wines.
Nice.
In addition, the fact that it comes from a small, mostly unknown area where they don't make a ton of wine and where they focus on traditional low-intervention winemaking methods has made it, again, the perfect place for the cool kids, the hip kids, the trendy kids to make kind of a big deal out of it. So whether or not it deserves this reputation, we're going to start finding out about today. And I will tell you again, my first little romance with Jura.
What? It was a romance?
I don't know. Bromance. I don't know what it was.
First introduction?
Introduction. Okay. My tryst was not that great. But maybe today will change that. We're going to see.
Let's find out.
Yeah. So I think it's time to learn a little bit more about the wines we chose today. What do you say?
And let's go for it.
Okay. Now, as usual, the wines we have chosen for this episode are just under $25, and both of them should be relatively easy to find because I bought them both at vine.com. Jura is probably becoming easier to find since it's gotten this cult status, so I'd be pretty confident that if you went to a wine shop that caters to the hipsters or the wine nerds, or one that focuses on French wine or low intervention wines, or has a good European wine selection, you're probably going to be able to find it, or some Jura wine that has Trousseau in the blend. And as always, you can just ask your local wine merchant and they will help you. The first wine we're going to drink is the 2020 Frederic Lornet Charles Rouget Côte de Jura Trousseau. And I had a little trouble finding the specific tech sheet for this vintage. So we'll see how close we can get to the pin from the information I could find on the interwebs. The winery says the vines are 30 years old and planted in red clay and limestone, so what we would call good, bad soil in which to grow grapes. So the reason I say that is wine grapes like water stress. And so that's why I say good, bad soil. They don't love great soil. They don't want that rich. They want something that makes it difficult for them to get the water. The grapes are destemmed and are fermented in oak foudre. Foudre. What is that?
I don't know.
Well, they're very large. I'm glad you asked. They're very large oak barrels.
I didn't ask. I just said I don't know.
You did. You're right.
No.
You didn't.
But what? Yeah, tell us.
Okay, now I'm glad you asked. They're very large oak barrels ranging from 500 to 5,000 liters. Wow. And they say and so that's where they ferment them. They say they use daily cap management. Now, the cap is the skins and stuff that floats to the top of the fermenting chamber. And they include pump overs for the entire 10-day fermentation period. I always giggle when I hear pump overs. So each day for 10 days, they're extracting flavor and color with that pump over.
You're just imagining
juice
it,
on the
I think.
cap. I'm just, it's kind of sexy to think about.
So sexy.
So pumping over.
Wow. I love it when it pumps over.
Oh, okay, the wine is then aged in oak barrels for a year. So I expect this wine to have some oaky grippiness to it, and we'll see if we think it's too much oak.
Okay.
You didn't like grippy, did you?
No,
okay.
I don't mind grippy.
You kind of gave me a little squeeze look, like a squeeze look, like when you're proud
I was
for
just trying to be grippy. I was like, is this what do you mean grippy?
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing.
I don't know. Ken Grippy Jr. Okay. I could not find any.
Go M's!
Yay! I could not. Oh God! I hope they win tonight. You're gonna. This. See, by the time you hear this,
it's better we're doing this now and not post game.
You're right, because it could be terrible.
And we're just sort of fair weather Mariners, not Mariners, but baseball fans.
True.
But we want them to win. Okay, back.
We do. But it's okay if you're in Detroit. Like we're not angry with you.
No.
One of my brothers-in-law is a Detroit native, so
right.
it's fine.
But we don't know if he's a Detroit fan, Tigers fan.
I don't know. I didn't really ask.
He didn't really say.
He's not really a baseball fan.
No, not really.
Okay, I couldn't find any professional ratings for this wine, so let's move on. The second wine we're going to taste and review is the 2023 Domaine Ligier Arbois Trousseau. And again, this wine, like the previous one, didn't have any professional ratings. Domaine Ligier is a family-run estate that focuses on sustainable farming, so that's kind of cool if you're into that. And they've been making wines for what they say are generations. It's kind of vague, but I guess a long time. The soils are gravelly, and they also mention shallow marls. Marls, I'm glad you asked, is pale mud that's often found in swamplands or shallow lakes. So again, good, bad soil.
Love it.
Love it. The winery says the grapes are hand-harvested and fermented for 12 to 15 days, and the information I could find says they're aged in vats for 10 to 12 months to preserve the wine's freshness and character, and they don't indicate what the vats are made with, but the notes I could find indicated they don't use oak. So if that's the case, I would expect this to be a pretty different wine than the first one. I think we're going to get... Yeah, because one's...
Trousseau.
because one is oaked for a year.
Right.
And one is no oak at all. So I expect this one to be a little lighter and fresher and maybe easier drinking.
So is there any pump over on this one?
I was waiting for you. I was hoping you'd ask.
I was waiting. I'm like,
No,
hanging on every word. Where's the pump over? Really?
I don't know. They didn't express.
Give me the pump over.
They weren't express about the pump over.
Okay.
Holy
What? You liked that so much I had to ask.
I'm so sexy. Okay, I think that's enough information. Let's get to drinking. If you've got a pump over, stop
Wow.
pumping and and drink wine with us. I'm trying to get ahead of the game and telling you what wines we're going to drink. And so hopefully you have a Trousseau or a wine from Jura. But you know what? We don't even care. Just get some wine out of the
right.
closet and just
Your
open it
favorite
up.
bottle. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be this one.
Not at all. All right, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we're back and we're ready to try our first wine. This is the Frederic Lornet Charles Rouget Cotes de Jura Trousseau. It's from Jura, France. It's a 2020. It was $23.97 at wine.com. 12.5% alcohol, so not a ton. 100% Trousseau. Couldn't find professional ratings. The Vino had a 3.7, but let's start with the color.
Oh, it is very light.
It's very light. It's like a very light Pinot.
Yeah, it's kind of Valentine-like. I know.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It looks kind of
it's pink?
pinky. Yeah.
It is a light red.
I mean, I have less in my glass, but look how light it looks in my glass.
It's very light. It's very
very
translucent.
pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Very
I
pretty.
mean, interesting, different. Than it's not a real bold looking red.
It's not.
Like they said.
No, it's light. It's light in the glass. Okay, what are you smelling?
I'm getting some like cranberry.
I think so
And
too.
pomegranate, those kinds of crunchy red fruit.
I agree with you.
What else?
Definitely like raspberry, a
Yeah.
little bit of light cherry. But I agree with cranberry. Totally cranberry.
Like dried cranberries.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a little vanilla or something. on it.
Okay. Well, there is oak, so that could be
Yeah,
oak.
a little bit of something like that.
Okay, I get that. A little bit of spice, like white pepper. I don't even know what the hell white pepper is.
White pepper. Yes, a little white pepper.
I'm getting flowers too, like rose.
okay.
Getting rose.
Pretty fragrant.
Yeah, it is. Potpourri. It's nice smelling.
Yeah, there is a hint of spice though, like a peppery spice.
And just a little touch. I think we taste it and see what we think.
Okay.
Ooh, it's kind of. I'm getting a little bit of that like dirt and mushroominess on it. Are you getting?
A little bit. I mean, it's also pretty juicy though too. Yeah, a little more like earth on it, but I'm getting like it's more like juice or jam, something.
What fruit do you think you're getting? I agree with you. It is juicy.
It's pretty. I think it's pretty tart raspberry.
I agree with that.
Like raspberry more than like a rich cherry.
For sure. I was thinking even strawberry.
Okay.
Like almost like a strawberry jam or a strawberry. I don't know if they make strawberry juice, but you know, it is.
It's juicy.
It's juicy. It is. I do think it has a little grip on it, a little grip of tannin on it.
Grippy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, but it's not like a lingering taste.
No. It's not. No, I agree with you.
It's not like a big punch you in the face where it's like you're like swimming in like berries and oak and you know.
I totally agree with you. Like we had a wine, I can't remember which one it was a couple weeks ago, where it's almost like our mouths were sticky.
Yes.
It's not that kind of.
No,
it's not a sticky tannin like
Right.
that. No. What food might you pair with this Frederic Lornet Charles Rouget Cotes de Jura?
I think you could. I think it's pretty versatile.
I agree.
I think you could do, I think you could do a steak or barbecue. I think you could also do like a chicken dish, like a piccata or
Ooh, okay.
okay. Something, pan fried chicken, little
Yes.
garlic lemon. I mean, it could be a pretty light dish too.
Yes. Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I've been having in my mind for the last couple of days chicken teriyaki, and I think this would go really good with
Are you
chicken
wanting teriyaki for dinner?
I think we're going to order it. But
Okay.
don't you think like
Yeah.
a little bit of spice, a little bit of that
Right.
grill?
Right. No, I do. For some reason, I don't know if it's just what I'm feeling like tonight, but yeah, chicken, even pork, a lighter meat
Yeah.
would be really nice with this.
Yeah, a lighter meat that you kind of pump over.
No.
Okay. Anyway, let's do a rating on this wine. I like that you just scooted over that.
We need to shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut her down. As a reminder on our rating scale, we rate on a scale of 1 to 10. We don't give half points. 7 and above means we'd buy it. 4 and below means we're going to pour it down the sink. 5 or 6 means, it's okay. We're going to drink it. We'll finish it. If you give it to us, we're fine, but we're not going to buy it.
Right. I need a mute button. I don't have the mute button.
For
shut it down.
Oh, to shut. Okay.
Yeah.
To shut me down. I get it. You kind of wish.
Because you did that for me earlier. You were like, no, not in a mean.
I give you a mute button?
No, but you were like, hey, let's talk about this trousseau thing. Like, is this a real thing? And you just muted. Or you did something. But I don't have access to that.
I don't actually have a mute button.
What is it? I know, you just turned us off.
I pause. I see you're actually talking about a mechanical thing here. I can press the pause button on the recording machine.
I have to start waving my arms like, I need a minute. But no. Okay, back to the regular programming here.
What are you going to rate this wine?
I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay. I am with you. I like this wine.
Okay.
This is a little bit more my style. It's a little bit austere. It's a little bit kind of fun, but also a little bit reserved. It's got it's got a little bit of complexity to it. It's kind of cool. It's not super, I can see this as a wine that some people may say, yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Some people may go, I don't know. It doesn't have enough flavor to it.
Complexity, blah, blah. Yeah.
It's not a big, fill your mouth, punch you in the face wine.
It's not going to blow anybody out of the water.
No, but I do think it is elegant.
Yes.
I think it has some elegance to it.
I agree with that. I do agree with that, which is sometimes all you really need. That sometimes is a real, selling point.
I agree.
Yeah, so
I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh,
I like
now
it.
You're going for the 8,
I would buy this wine.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely buy this wine. And even though it's oaked for a year, I don't think it's super oaky.
I don't think so either. That's what I was kind of thinking, that it wasn't there's a little bit of it on there, but it's not very super pronounced.
It feels balanced.
It does.
Okay, we're going to take a break and we are going to try our last wine.
Okay.
Okay, we're back and we're ready to try our second wine. I should also mention, I did put these in the fridge. I followed the 2020 rule, and this is a wine you're supposed to be able to chill a little bit. And so I did put it in the fridge about 20 minutes before we drank, and I do think that's helping it as well. The second wine is the Domaine Ligier Arbois Trousseau. It's from Jura, France. This is a 2023, so it's a newer wine, $24.97 at wine.com, 13% alcohol, so just a little bit more, 100% Trousseau. Vivino has a 3.8. I couldn't find professional ratings, but let's look at the color.
Well, first off, these are really interesting bottles. The shape
is interesting.
Is really cool. And they both say Jura on them, embossed in the glass.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And they're just kind of a cool shape. Don't you think?
Yeah, they're kind of it's like sloping shoulders. Is the way I kind of think about it.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, it's really cool. I think it's a fun shape, different than just a typical bottle.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of fun. And the fact that it has Jura on it, I mean, if you want everybody to know how cool you are, you can get the bottle that says Jura on it. They'll be like, what's that?
I love it.
But the color, to me, very similar to the previous one, maybe even thinner, like a lighter red.
Maybe, yeah.
It's very translucent. It's a light red. It's a very light red.
Yeah.
Okay, you've already gone in to smell.
I am.
What are you smelling?
Ooh.
Super tart fruit. Super crunchy red fruit.
Right. You can just tell the difference just by smelling it. I mean, they are rich, but it's a different kind of berry. It's like a less ripe, fresher smell.
Yes. I mean, it's like right up the vine.
Exactly.
This is to me the definition of crunchy red fruit smell. Mm-hmm. It's got raspberry. Do you think it has cranberry? Do you think cranberry again?
A little bit.
It's almost sweeter smelling. I can almost smell the sweetness in it.
Again, it's got to be like a dried or candied.
Yeah.
fruit for sure. Raspberries.
Raspberry for sure.
I mean, even like a freeze-dried raspberry.
You know what's funny? I was thinking that too. You like those, what are those candies you like? Those chocolates? True-frou. Like
goodness.
a true-frou.
Those are my favorite.
But don't you think?
Those would be really good with this wine. And even that bit of chocolate, kind of the combination.
Oh.
There's a little bit of a cacao scent on it, a touch.
And on the swirl, this one just has a little skosh of earth, but not a lot. Almost like clay pot. I haven't used that term in a while.
Ooh.
Almost like a little clay pot, but nice. Like not smoky,
No.
but a little bit of, just like a little bit of earthiness.
Just a hint. Just a hint. Almost like if you're at a winery and you just have the air of it.
You know what I'm kind of getting are like herbs, like
Oh.
a little oregano. Okay, let's taste it and see what we think.
Okay.
Juicy, tart raspberry. I mean, it is like, it's fruity.
It is juice. Like it is a sweet but balanced fruit juice.
Yeah, it is. It's super
It's
juicy.
almost like a like when you get fruit cups. Like if you had when you do strawberries and sugar
Okay.
and you
Okay.
let that, what is that called? Like a strawberry maceration. When you mix it with sugar and let those juices sit. Now that would be extra sweet, but
It's pretty sweet.
this is very sweet. I mean, in a balanced way though. It's not overly sweet.
It's not like sticky, cloying kind of
No,
sweet.
no.
It's fruit juicy sweet, but it does have some tannin on the end. It's got a little bit. Like it doesn't have the tannin like the last one. It's got a little bit of dryness on the end. It's not like sticking in the mouth or anything like that. The flavor, I mean, it dries out.
It's so pleasant though. Everything about it from the scent to the end.
This is another one of those wines where it's like, if you have a friend that's like, I don't know if I really like wine.
Right.
I'm just not so sure because they're used to having those big ass California cabs and stuff. Like, give them this and just say like, what do you think?
Do you think somebody though who likes a Cabernet? Like,
No.
I don't think they would
No.
be down with this so much.
But I do think if you have somebody who's like, I really only drink white wine, like they would love this. A rosé
Yes.
wine drinker,
I agree.
would love this wine.
I mean, I'm digging it.
It's kind of rosé-like in some ways because it's light.
I mean, this is definitely, and it's not for everybody. Some people would probably find this a little thin,
Oh, for sure.
but I am finding it so pleasant. And you could have it as a cocktail
Yeah.
wine too. Like it's not a punch you in the face big, but it would do so well with food too.
This feels like a summer picnic wine.
I agree.
Get a little cool outside, easy drinking. Like this is I thought maybe it would be easy drinking. This is what your brother would say is a quaffable wine. Super easy drinking. Like bring this one to the soccer game in the morning and drink it.
Whoa. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We're not condoning that.
I'm condoning it. Okay, Carmela, what food would you pair with this wine?
And the same kinds of things, really. I think you could definitely do, this could be a Thanksgiving wine. I even think you could do like barbecue, like you're talking about picnics and being out, like some grilled veggies and grilled sausage. But a summer cookout would be nice now that we're heading into fall.
I agree with you. I think barbecue is a great call. Some spicy sweetness, I think, would go really well with this wine. I don't think a juicy steak, a really thick, fat steak is a good call with this. I think something thin and grilled would be nice, but I think you're spot on. Like
What about flank?
flank would be good. Marinated,
flank?
yeah, like a marinated flank. But I am so with you. Like a sticky barbecue would be really good.
Really good.
Oh my
You could do
gosh.
this with wings. This is also like a
Ooh.
football tailgate wine too.
Totally.
You could do this or in the comfort of your own home if you're having like a, game day. This would be a great, and you could do like wings.
Yeah.
Be real good.
Spicy wings. You could totally do that. And I think you can do fried food with this as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's rate this wine. What rating are you going to give this wine?
I'm going to give it at least an 8.
Oh, wow.
I like this wine.
like it.
I like it better than the first one. I liked the first one a lot, but I think this one, for me, is a little step ahead.
Okay, we're splitting because I'm giving this a 7.
Oh, okay.
Would I buy it? Absolutely. I like the first one a little bit better.
Interesting.
But I'm good with either of these. Like, these are great wines. We both like these wines. And, I think if you're a Pinot Noir or a Gamay lover, I think you would really like these wines.
Yes, agree.
So at some point we'll do a pulsar and see if what that's like. Maybe that's where the really earthiness came from in the blend, the Jura blend. But this wine is nice.
Did this now, let me ask you, did it change your mind on Jura Trousseau wines?
For sure. 100%.
After you had that one you didn't share because you were like, this is not the one.
No, 100%. And then which of these wines, I think we know, which one are you finishing tonight?
I'll take number 2.
Yeah, you're going to do
Arbois.
The Arbois, and I'm going to do the Frederic.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's talk about the taste profiles usually associated with Trousseau. So, Trousseau wine typically has notes of red fruits, such as strawberry and cherry, combined with savory and spicy notes like wild herbs, pepper, and minerality. We were getting some of that. Often described as light body, energetic, and aromatic.
I like that.
Definitely aromatic. Energetic is good. Forest floor, earth, and mushroom.
Okay.
Some wines may also have a slightly bitter or pithy Amaro-like quality. Actually, I kind of like that for this last one. Almost a little bit. I'd almost say maybe a little Campari.
I think so. I think it is. I think you could compare it a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so the Frederic Lornet, the winery says a light ruby color with aromas of red fruit and spice. The mouth offers flavors of raspberry and pepper. The palate is of medium body with a lingering finish on the palate. The Domaine Ligier, because I couldn't find a lot of tasting notes for these, so we're going to the second one. The winery says, with a solid round structure, this wine gently develops complex aromas of red and black fruits. I didn't get as much black fruit. Strawberry, morello cherry, there's those damn cherries again, black currant and blackberry. Wasn't getting like black currant on this one as much. The fruit persists for a long time, followed by fine tannins on the finish. I think they are fine. Decant San Francisco said this vintage is lifted and savory with notes of strawberry, morello cherry, blackberry, and black currant leaf.
Oh, they're getting a lot like richer.
Yeah, I don't think we were getting that. Tannins are fine, I agree. Fruit persistent, finished mineral, fresh, and a little savory. A light red that drinks easily at cellar temperature. I do think it needs a little bit of coolness.
You know, the color looks like Campari. That's how light, to give people an idea. It's that light. Like, look at that.
Yeah, no, it is. And I would say the difference, too, is the first one, actually, it's a little cloudy. This second one is clear as day.
True.
Like, it's super pristine. Well, Carmela, what is your verdict on Trousseau?
I'm liking it.
I'm in.
I'm totally in.
I'm in. Like, if you like Pinot Noir and Gamay, you found another wine.
Right.
Like Trousseau.
Change it up.
Change it up. Trousseau is a wine you should try. It is right by Burgundy. They do grow Pinot Noir there, but I think this Trousseau is a really cool wine. And I'm saying go.
Thumbs up.
I'm saying thumbs up. Here's some wines that are coming up, everybody, so you know. We're going to do orange wine. We're going to do a wine called Charbonneau. So that's a different one that we're going to try, another WTF. We're going to try Spot Burgunder.
Ooh.
And also Barolo, but from Costco and Trader Joe's. So we're going to do a little head-to-head.
Oh, my goodness.
So if you get a chance to find any of those wines, please do. And then you can drink along with us, get participation points. Send us a picture of you drinking the wine, and we'll send you some stickers. We haven't done stickers for a long time.
Oh, my goodness.
You can get them. So, Carmela, it's time for us to go. But before we do, we want to thank you very much for listening to us. And if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, now would be the perfect time to follow or subscribe to our podcast. And also, again, a fantastic time to leave us a nice 5-star rating and review on our website or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. That's a really awesome and free way to support us and help us grow listeners. We love to hear from you. Please reach out to us. Tell us about wines you want us to taste and review or things you want us to do on the podcast, like pump overs. You can leave a message for us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. You can join our email newsletter there. And if you missed our latest newsletter, you can always email me and I'll send it to you. You can do that by reaching out to us at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com. And again, we always respond, so please reach out. But with that, we're going to sign off. So thank you once again. We'll see you next time. And as we like to say, life is short, so stop drinking shitty wine.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
And the happy ending at the end of our story. Always think too much, always drink too much, always pray too much, always play too much. And when I'm with you too much, I fall in love too much. And when I'm away too much,